Donald Trump suffering what many are describing an episode of full-blown dementia at Lindsey Graham's funeral, soaking wet, asleep, and apparently emanating an absolutely rancid smell. Donald Trump struggling to stay awake, nodding endlessly at the funeral of his great friend, Lindsey Graham.
Behind this wonderful staff, I know he would be so proud, because the past 2 weeks have been crazy busy, but you've made it happen. And that's so, Senator Lindsey Graham.
Trump is fighting for his life against his eyelids. And at one point, remember, Sleepy Joe, Trump will never fall asleep in public, falls asleep in public 2 or 3 times a week. He jolts awake and then immediately starts nodding off again. And then for some reason, he is just soaking wet. And look at this. The guy behind Trump, over Trump's right shoulder, he reacts like there is the most foul-smelling thing in the world. Trump is drenched and asleep. And the guy behind him, I don't know what he smelled, but he's reacting like Trump is dropping sulfur bombs all over the place. This is the president of the United States. Look at this damn video.
Best on. There's a lot of times it's easy. It's easier to bow out. It's easier just to go a different way, the path of least resistance. But he stayed the course.
So the sweating and the dozing, it's not proof of any particular medical condition, but there's a broader picture here of Trump's visible decline. And the White House demanding endless scrutiny of everyone else's health, not Trump's, not Mitch McConnell's, but everybody else's health deserves scrutiny. While there are so many concerning questions about Donald Trump, those shouldn't even be asked. Trump then, after waking up, pulls out some Tic Tacs, shows them to J.D. Vance, tries to throw one in his mouth, but it bounces off, falls onto the floor. Take a look at this. All right. So once we get beyond all of this stuff, a really funny moment. Both Donald Trump and Fox News host Sean Hannity, I guess the word is eulogized, like technically. It wasn't much of a eulogy, but they eulogized the late Senator Lindsey Graham. Check out this contrast. Hannity says Lindsey was wrongly characterized as a warmonger, but he was against war. And then Trump, during his eulogy, says Lindsey Graham loved every single war, and only his real friends understand that. Take a look at this.
I've known this man. Lindsey, he was often unfairly characterized as a warmonger. I've heard that false criticism a lot. It's not true. The truth was the opposite.
Extremely hawkish. I will tell you, he never saw a war that he didn't like. Only his true friends would understand that, but he wanted it for the good of our country.
Oh, man. Trump kind of accidentally tells the truth and destroys Sean Hannity's revisionist history. I think on this one, Trump actually is right. Lindsey Graham loved the idea of wars and loved wars. And Hannity, knowing that that is sort of not great for Lindsey's posthumous reputation, tries to do away with that notion. But Trump is actually right here. Lindsey Graham did spend years demanding military escalation around the world. Maybe there was some war he didn't like the idea of, but for the most part, he loved the idea of war. And if Hannity tries to pretend otherwise at his funeral, it's not fooling anybody. And speaking of Hannity, really weird stuff from him. He talks about where Lindsey is now, and he depicts this heavenly version of Mar-a-Lago with a beautiful bedroom and and arch and all of this stuff because he loves Trump so much. And in death, he would want to replicate Trump as well. Look at how unhinged this sounds.
Lindsey, Mr. President, I would argue in my mind, probably has a heavenly version of Mar-a-Lago. It may even be a little bigger. He may have a little more gold in the Oval Office in his mansion in heaven. And I wouldn't be surprised if he added one big, beautiful ballroom and an arch somewhere on the property, because he would want to obviously duplicate his dearest friend in life, you, Mr. President.
Look at how completely Trump has consumed the right, where Sean Hannity can't even describe heaven without turning it into some version of Mar-a-Lago and saying Lindsey Graham's eternal purpose is to spend out the remainder of infinity or whatever, eternity, in a replica of Mar-a-Lago in heaven. I mean, it's like Trump's tacky construction projects and gaudy penchant for gold leaf is now part of the eternity in which Lindsey Graham is going to spend his life. Insane, completely insane. And Trump couldn't stop sweating, sleeping, and based on the reaction of the people around him, stinking throughout the entire thing. But Sleepy Joe was the problem. Give me a break. Have you ever actually looked at what's in your dog's food? A lot of kibble is made with extreme high heat, then patched back together with a bunch of synthetic ingredients that I struggle to pronounce. But our sponsor, Sundays for Dogs, is different. It was founded by Dr. Tori Waxman, a vet and dog parent, to just be real food that's easy to serve. Sunday starts with all natural meat. They add highly nutritious foods like kale, ginger, and blueberries, no fillers, no nutritional blends, and it's gently air dried. No need for a fridge, freezer, prep, or mess. A friend of mine has been using Sundays and loves it. Their dog gets very excited for meals now. They love knowing that they're feeding something simple and complete and genuinely high quality to their dog. Sundays also just launched a new fish recipe with omega-3s to support skin, coat, joints, and brain function. Go to sundaysfordogs.com/Pakman for 50% off your first order. The link is in the description.